Yes, uh, Amrita ma'am, we can start.
Yes, Dharanjay ji. I think
Chairman
we
sir,
should start.
welcome
4:15
sir.
हो गए.
Dhananjay Jadhav sir,
Yes, yes.
today is a seminar day. There are three CEP programs in the same day.
Oh, okay. Welcome, sir. Great, great to see
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. आपका दिन तो बिजी रहेगा आज.
So,
हाँ, अभी
Yes,
मैंने
yes.
वेलकम स्पीच देख के यहाँ पे ही आया हूँ.
अच्छा, अच्छा, अच्छा,
yes,
अच्छा.
CM
yes,
sir
Great,
started.
great, great.
You can now proceed. Dhananjay is full
yes.
12.
Welcome CMA
Yes,
Mihir Vyas ji, Chairman of
mhm,
WRC. So,
yes.
good afternoon, everyone. This side CM Amruta Vyas, Chairperson Baroda Chapter. I am delighted to welcome you all to today's session. And also, I would like to welcome the Chairman of Nasik Chapter, CMA Dhananjay Jadhav ji, and CMA Amit Jadhav, Chairman of PD Committee, and the whole Managing Committee of the Nasik Chapter and the Baroda Chapter. And also our today's speaker, CMA Prakash Mishra ji. So, where we will be exploring a topic that sits at a very heart of the modern organizational strategy and operations, management information systems, MIS, and decision support system. So, in today's data-driven world, organization don't just compete on products or services; they compete on information, and that's exactly where MIS and ESS come into play. So, today our speaker discussing how this system functions and how they differed, and most importantly, how they enhance the quality of decisions in an increasingly complex and competitive environment. So, whether you are in business, IT, data analytics, or management, understanding MIS and DSS is essential. So, it's not just about technology, it's about using information intelligence to make a better decision. So, in this session, we will briefly explore what MIS and DSS are and how they work, and why they are essential tools in modern management. So, thank you so much, Dhananjay ji, and welcome you all. Now we will start the today's session. Yes,
Yeah,
over to
yeah,
you, Dhananjay ji. Yes.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Hello, good evening to all the members. I am Semendran Jadhav, the chairman of ICMA Nasik chapter, and it's my privilege to introduce the speakers. So today's webinar is as elaborated by ma'am. The today's webinar is on the topic that lies at the heart
Hmm.
of every strategic business decision, that is MIS and decision support system. So MIS is a
Yes, yes.
backbone basically for management control and decision support system. So we are indeed privileged to have with us CMA Prakash Nath Mishra ji. He's highly accomplished professional with over 27 years of rich corporate and consultancy experiences. CMA Mishra ji is a fellow member of ICMAI, and his professional journey includes working with multiple reputed organizations such as Reliance Industries, Pidilite Industries, and Gujarat Tea processors and packers. You must have heard Wagh Bakri Chai. So he's from that organization. Layer Corporation, Furasia, and Apex Groups. He has provided the services in while working. He is also a insolvency professional, IBBI registered valuer of securities and financial assets, and certified mediator by the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. His academic backgrounds includes BCom, LLB, and MBA from finance, and his professional certifications such as NLP practitioners, independent director proficiency, and social auditor from NISM. CMA Mishra ji has been instrumental in executing multiple insolvency and valuation assignments successfully, and also authoring study materials for IBBI valuation exams, and
जी मैडम
conducting,
तेरे को याद करना तो
yeah,
मैडम यहाँ पे
and
लोगों ने
conducting online coaching sessions for evaluation professionals. With
चलो
such a multifaceted background, he is
मैंने
uniquely
ओके नहीं बोल
positioned as
रहा
uh, can you please
एक ऐसे मेरा
mute?
मेरे टीम का है थोड़ा जूनियर पर्सन है उसको ओके
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry. So, with such multifaceted background, he is uniquely positioned to enlighten us today on today how MIS and decision support system in drives effective and corporate decision making and financial controls. So, without delay further, let us begin this insightful session. I now invite CMA Prakash Nath Mishra ji to share his expert and thought on EMIS and decision support system. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amrita Madam. Thank you, Dharendra sir, for the
Yeah,
introduction.
yeah,
So I'll just share the PPT.
yeah, please.
I hope my voice is clear to everybody. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm audible. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Audible.
Hey, this already Mr. Dhananjay has introduced. I don't have that much, credentials. So I have this is me when I was 6 years old, and I'm a cost accountant, insolvency professional, registered valuer, and this is my email ID and mobile number. See, I always like to start things with the history. Like, so we'll, in this case also, we'll do a little bit of introduction of what is MIS system, how the design support system works, how it came into picture. Then we'll be briefly discussing about the different benefits, challenges, and what are the best practices in, getting one DSS implemented at your organization or any organization. And then we will be discussing about the characteristics, purpose, and components of DSS, like what it consists of. Then there are some different kind of classification which is available in the DSS. So we will be briefly discussing about that. Then we'll also see what are the different applications which are available in the market and who are the agencies who are like doing that. And finally, we will just go through few case studies on different sectors where the this kind of DSS has been applied and how it has been successful. So as I said, to start with, we'll start with the basic thing. The thing is that we have got a lot of data. We seek data all throughout the day, like every organization, every person, like even an individual person also create so many raw data, facts, figures, symbol. So till it is an unorganized or unrelated manner, it is scattered. Then we say, that it is like it is data. Once you do a little bit of processing and then you put a context to that, or you do some analysis, then we say that now it is the information. So this is the just a general overview of what is the difference between data and information. We'll start with the history. Mr. Ghanshyam Das Birla, he has made a statement somewhere that we are driven by some force and you do things which you had never planned. Basically, what if you see the plainly, if you interpret this statement, then you will understand that he is talking about something doing unplanned things. But the meaning of this particular sentence is far higher because Mr. Ghanshyam Das Birla, like he's Aditya Birla Group, like initial founder, and Bits Pilani, he comes from the village Pilani. Bits Pilani is founded by this gentleman. So he start in his organization. He started basically they were come from a Marwari Paddhati, so they started some kind of accounting system which is popularly then later on it was popularized as a Partha. So initially, if you see when the traders started the business, it was more of a trading. So they used to have a kacha parta. Basically, whenever they are making any transaction, like if suppose they are selling a bundle of say cotton, they'll just write it somewhere on a small diary. And by the end of the day, end of the week, whatever, then they will finalize it. That they will put it into final register, like then they call it pakka prata. So it was kacha parta and then pakka parta. Pakka parta will reflect the sales, like what is the sales they have achieved for a period, and what is the inventory balance or what is the inventory transaction which has been taken. So this was the primary data, and then to handle the personal accounts or they had jama and udhar as a debit and credit kind of thing. So it's kind of a personal ledgers of the people. And the third register was Rokra, that was cash book, where it was just kind of cash register, where the cash entries were entered. So the objective was that to handle the accounting part, because that time the accounting was not so developed. So to handle the basic accounting so that they know whether the profit, their company or the say their business is profitable or not. Then slowly as the things business grew, then the same concepts were put up into business. Like here is the example of a Parta system, which was later on once the system came, like the software came and there are different developments took place. So they started using Parta. That is this example of a pulp and paper making industry. Here the things was like, it was again a monitoring system which was handled by the top management, like CEO or the director level people used to handle it. So if you see the start, like the factual information, the people will be collecting factual information like what is the facilities available, what is the capacity, what is product, what is the revenue, what is the cost structure, what is the expenses, what is how much standard cost should be incurred kind of thing. So they used to make kind of data collection and tabulation in that. Some part was manual, some part was like computer, whatever resource of computer was available that time. So by using manual plus this kind of facilities, this information was collaborated, and then the target was given to the each department head, like for to make the projection. Like this is the factual thing. Like this is the sales you have made last year. Now, like what we call it in costing our budgeting system. So they used to make budget, and then every day. Some kind of every day or every week, like for example, some of the information they used to call from the factories or wherever is the trading business on a daily basis, like what is the sales, what is the inventory balance, how much is the purchases done, what is the cash payment done this for the particular day. So some kind of basic information has to go directly from the unit, like in modern terms we can say it is a cost center or profit center. So those kind of things used to go to the topmost level of executive. So if you see the individual managers, like who are the head of the operations, particular area, they used to have their department related information, and only the top executive or the chairman level people used to have the complete picture of the total business, how it is going. So this also involved very too much of data tabulation plus all these things. And the information was not available to all. It was like basically only for the data collection purpose. The relevant information was shared with the respective departments. Now, as we see in modern times, like that was the like history, how the things started, how the MIS, like that was the MIS system, which was initially developed before computer or the initial stage of the computer, where the basic profit making process, whether the company is in making profit or whether the company is solvent, like they have enough cash for the business. Only that part was checked, and they were like content with that. Now, if you see in today's modern world, they are if we want to any organization, let's say particularly a manufacturing, we are all cost accountants, so let's assume that we'll focus on the manufacturing side. So if you see that there are departments can be grouped into three main areas. One is like core operational thing, where the research and development, production, manufacturing, quality assurance, supply chain, logistic. These are the core backbone of the company, which is like generating money for the company. Then we have a commercial and admin like sales, marketing, finance, and accounting, human resource. Then third is supporting department like design, engineering, procurement, information technology, administration. These are all supporting department. So now if you see, I have made this kind of compartment from the data sensitivity point of view. So the core operational data is like very like a company who is making some proprietary products, maybe say a drug or maybe some kind of engineering equipment or anything like that. So if it is a property, the management is very want to safeguard the its formula or its contain or it is cost, it is whatever the mixture it goes into system. So core operation team is isolated from this commercial and support department always. Like they have a kind of separate area of office, separate area of function, and they don't interact much with that. Same way, if you see supporting department, this is also crucial, not directly happening on a day-to-day basis, but this department is also that gives a future projection, like what kind of new designs we are making, what kind of new developments we are making, what is our procurement strategy, how much open orders we have. All this kind of things comes into supporting department. They have got a different sensitivity of that data. That data is also sensitive in a different form. And this commercial admin, this data, basically they have all the data. Whatever core operational team produces, that sales and marketing department has to sell or sell it out in market. Same way, if you say finance and accounting, whatever everybody does, they have to do the accounting. And human resource has to manage the human resource, like they have to see the attrition, do the appointment, do the resignation, replacement, whatever. So they are also handling some sensitive data, but not that much. Means the thing is that is not readily available, but at the same time it can be accessed through with little efforts. So every department, they have got their own methods of collecting data because this department has to be monitored. So they have all their different methods of collecting data and distributing the data to different customers. You can not customer in a real sense, but the thing is stakeholders, directors, or the sales marketing people will report to marketing head or whatever. So they have their own information mechanism system where they gather the information and share with their top bosses. So as I said, those information which we are like department wise information which is coming from strategic control, management control, or operational control, and circulated either widely with the company if the data is not that sensitive, or if it is sensitive to that particular department, then maybe only to that department. So that we can call it as in general terms MIS. Like there is a standard information. The person who is receiving it, he knows what is the information which is going to come to me. The person who is getting the information, he knows what is to be looked at. Like for example, a finance manager, when he sees a cash flow report on some cash flow report or fund flow report is coming on daily basis, he know what I have to check. I have to check what is my credit limits, open credit limits available, what is my cash balances. So they are very clear in their mind what is to be looked. The person who is preparing the document or maybe the information system, they have also got a very clarity that what is to be produced in the document. But there are very instances like when the data is not that structured and you cannot preempt what is required. So in that kind of scenario where we don't have a structured way of passing out the information, then we have to look for a system where both the purposes, as I said, sensitivity of the data and information, both has to be has to be some balance to be made between these two, and for that purpose the DSS has come into picture. So basically the information system, if you see what kind of different information system can be possible in any organization, or in any in general. Like first is like transaction processing systems, where we are just making repetitive transactions, and it is entered, like you can say POS, like point of sale, what is sale per ticket, and all these things, whatever data we are capturing on a daily basis. Means basically here we are capturing the transactions for these things. Second category of information could be office automation system, where here we are not, there is no transaction. Like basically some data is made in Excel. HR person has made the salary disbursement. Now he has to share the data to a PF department, or maybe their accounts department to make the payment. So the banking details is with the accounting department, and the personal detail is available with the HR department. So HR department will pass on the total payout to be made. So this kind of here, basically what we are dealing with is that office automation. He'll make a salary structure in salary payout in Excel, and he'll send it to accounts department. Accounts department will put it into banking system, and he will make the payment. So this is what we call it office automation system, where the collaboration is important. And first we saw we are just capturing the transaction. Second, we are doing the collaboration of the information. Third, third category of information could be knowledge work system, where we want to understand the how the human uh, expertise can be captured. Okay, like for example. Uh, like for example, suppose if you are talking about hospital management, so there are different diagnosis technique, there are different treatment solutions, there are different medicines which are available, the effectiveness change. So this is basically a knowledge base which might have been developed in the hotel, in the hospital over a period. So here basically what we are talking about here, we are talking about knowledge of the people or human knowledge which we want to capture. Okay. The another type is management information system, which we have already said. And third, next type is decision support system. And then the last is executive support system. Executive support, decision support system and management information system we'll be discussing separately. So that's why I'm not elaborating on that. The executive support system is basically very few data, like on top level data, which is where the CEO or the key personnel of the company, key management person of the company is interested in that kind of data. So this is how the information system caters to the different interested group, like who is interested in what kind of information. Then this is what we say, how the data and information is captured. What are the from the system point of view, like when we are talking about the general available system, so these systems can be categorized into basically three levels. As I said, operational part, like the ERP. Now, when the ERP came into picture, so this MIS, which was prepared manually or maybe by isolated different boxes of information. So then the organizations got an opportunity so that they can have integrated part of thing. Now the question is that we have got integrated system of information collecting and data processing. At the same time, the data volume is huge. And secondly, the interfaces are there. And even if you see the ERP, in ERP also, if you see there are different modules. So the departmental wise distinction that still remain, like the data table are different for different kind of activities. So again, ERP system is like is giving you some structured report. So that is again, you can say it is a kind of if you take a blank ERP system and you see the report, it is like a standard MIS information which is available. Because if you want to change it, then it is called a customization, and that you can do only once. Because every time, because customization is again it involves cost and efforts, it requires time, and by the time this customization take place, the requirement might have changed. So that is the limitation in ERP. Second is the customer relationship management. Here like this, here this data is built up on the only the sales part. Here, the data is not available in the ERP, but it fetches the data from ERP but doesn't feed it back. मीन्स ईआरपी से डेटा उसमें सीआरएम में आएगा, लेकिन सीआरएम का डेटा ईआरपी में वापस जाएगा नहीं. दैट कैन बी इट कैन बी दैट सिस्टम, or otherwise there is a question comes how to integrate. If you want to do a backward integration, then it requires a different level of customization for that system. Same way then supply chain management, what you're talking about, the logistic warehousing and the transportation system. And finally, it is like expert system and AI-based information system. So these are the different information systems which is available in the market, or we have seen in different organizations, different sectors. People often confuse about information system and IT, like there's information technology and information system. So the difference, very quickly we will say that basically here information system, we are talking about the process, people, technology which we are using. Whereas in information technology, we are just talking about the hardware, software, and the how operating system which is used by the computer system. In information system, human people are involved, interfaces are there. So that's why information system is built up on the information technology, although it is related. But at the same time, we have to be clear on the distinction on part. So focus is IS information system focus is on the decision making process and capturing the data where here in information technology, like for example AI. If you develop some app, if you develop some AI on using AI, so what will happen is that it will give you the data, and it will have its limitation, it will have its advantage, but what the output is, whether it suits our MI system or not, that will fall into part of the information system. So that is the criteria. I will not elaborate further on that. Purpose we have understood. I think it is basic, so you might have understood so far. If you have anybody can see, they are the content is little more. So if I'm going fast, if somebody have any question, then you can stop me in between, and we can take up that question, and then we can move forward. So we are able to cover the entire thing into within time. So what are the benefits of information system? First is that improved decision making through real time data, because the thing is that when this suppose if some organization is using Tally or some other things which is not integrated with the inventory system, like they are, so every month, if suppose if you are making a P&L income statement, then you will have to and inventory is not there in your accounting system, then you have to wait for the inventory counting and or inventory verification at the period end, and then only you will be able to assess your profitability. But when we are using the higher end systems like ERP or MRP kind of thing, then you have got the real time data is available in a modern data system. Increases efficiency and productivity, enhanced communication and collaboration, because the real-time communication is available, data is available, so it can be communicated to all the people at the same time on a real-time basis. And the thing is that when you have a good MIS, then you are able to impress upon your customers with a better information level for the product, for the transaction, and for everything. Like for example, invoices. Now everybody is sending invoices on a PDF or a soft form. Nobody wants to take a hard copy. So that kind of thing, the customer feels that this company is a modern. Like suppose if an organization is like if you go to a restaurant and they say that sir, you will get the invoice in your mobile number. So you feel that this company is like is using a higher end kind of system. If somebody writes the invoice by hand, you will feel that this is the old kind of system he is using. So that kind of customer experience also changes. Then competitive advantage through innovation, because the thing is that data is very important nowadays, and innovation is happening every day. So if you don't fall on line for the updation of your system, then your competitors will move forward and you will stay behind. So what are the different important challenges which are there? See, cyber threats and data breaches is the most important thing. The thing is that the more the people are involved, more you are interlinking things. When the data is isolated or it is put up into different watertight or airtight compartments, like the engineering data is separate, accounts data is separate, so the vulnerability of the entire data is not uh, is like a little bit saved. But when we are talking about advanced system where the integration is at a very high level, so if somebody is able to enter through any weak door, like suppose if you lose some point in at a sales, like suppose for example, there are many devices which is being used by the marketing people, handheld devices. If somebody is able to enter your system through that kind of devices where the data security is not so high, you can have a very good cyber security features, firewalls in your servers on your laptops used by the organization. Many days, many organizations are also allowing work from home. That is another challenge. When your person are doing work from their home, many times they are using it for personal usage also, their laptop or the device which is provided by the company. And if somebody, some cyber attack happens through that door, then that is also challenge. Data breaches is possible, like somebody is able to access the data, handle devices, and work from home is many organizations are also allowing the personal phones to be allowed into the organization. That also create security. So basically, when we are talking about this high-end system, cyber threats and data breaches is a very gray or critical area to be observed, and how you can make a compartments where the data is not available to such kind of attacks, that has to be seen. Okay. Then high implementation and maintenance cost. Obviously, system requires a lot of infrastructure in terms of IT hardware and software, mandates in terms of training, mandates in terms of operating the system, developing the system, conceptualize the system, and obviously the maintenance of it. You have to take regular backups. You will have to if you are not don't want to spend on the hardware, you are using cloud, so you will have to pay the rental charges. All these things is there. System downtime and technical failure. Now here the thing is that when you are having a kind of automated system, and if there is some failure which happens because of, like, it can happen by many reasons. It can it can happen by a cyber attack, by a malware, or maybe some physical breakdown, like if the server breaks down, रात को आके चूहे ने खा लिया हुआ है server का, ये भी possible है. Anything is possible. System downtime, and there could be a technical, many times, softwares which give patches, update patches, that is vulnerable and that destabilize the system. Then complexity and resistance to change. Now the thing is that when once you have a modern or complicated system, then the hiring of people also, or managing the people also, is a challenge, because the thing is that you will have to continuously get into a training mode. You are always in the training mode. Like some employees are newly joined, you have to train them. Higher hand holding is required. And the last point is data overload and ineffective integration. Like, see, information is good, but there is a data overload is possible when you have a lot of people, who are lot of information which is spread or which is given. Then you are not able to take a conclusive decision. So that data overload and ineffective or sometimes integration is not proper. That also has to be looked at. What are the best practices in developing any system? One is that perform a comprehensive need analysis. Like, you have to be very clear about what are your needs, what are your organization needs, what is your budget, what is your time frame, and what at all is to be computerized. Then maintain robust data protection measures, as I already discussed. Then offer ongoing training. and plan for scalability, because the thing is that this kind of system expenses are quite big. So you cannot incur that kind of cost every time. So whenever there is some increase in the business or there is some change in the business, suppose you add up some more business, so scalability is to be seen. So for step scalability, like many people, more people are using cloud, because the thing is that cloud you can scale the data, at least for the in terms of data volume. You can always handle a higher part of the volume by just buying some more space in the cloud. Now we are talking about DSS. So DSS, like what is the characteristic of DSS? First, let's see. First, the foremost important part of the DSS is like it has to be interactive. Basically, when we are, as we discussed earlier, that MIS is like more of a structured data where the information is, we know what is to be expected, we know what is our requirement. Then you develop a MIS kind of thing. Now, if you want to have the DSS give you a little higher version of information, and it allows user or interpreter to make its own report, unstructured report. That kind of things is possible into your these things. So interactive interface is the main key difference between a regular MIS and a DSS part. Then data integration. Now, as I said, like even if you see ERP, there are different modules. One for marketing, one for production, one for accounting and finance, like that. So basically, the data integration. Now, thing is that there are some, as we already seen, that there are some data very sensitive to in each department. So at the time of doing data integration, and where we are giving a interactive interface for the this user, then we'll have to ensure that this data, which is what data is to be shared in that kind of interface, which data is to be protected. So that data integration is very important, like what is to be exposed, what is to be hidden. That has to be seen. So there are different data management system. There are data mass, data warehouses, and data needs for processing. Then support for unsemi and structured decisions. Now the thing is that the key functionality of this DSS is it can give you information to take unstructured decision, semi-structured decision, or structured decision. Like when I say you know unstructured decision means basically as we see the first point, interactive interface, so that any person can take out any kind of report the way he wants. Same way semi, like there are some part of it is fixed, but some variable has to be added or edited or deleted. Means report size can be changed or the information size can be changed. The structure is like it is giving MS. See, the thing is that there is no watertight compartment. So DSS can be used for generating MIs also. So there is no water. Only thing is that its capability is a little higher. You can use the same thing for the MIs also. Analytical model and tools. In DSS, there are different models and tools which is available, which is like statistic analysis, forecasting, optimization, and simulation model. Like you can simulate different conditions, different variables. So the thing is that your reports are dynamic, your information structure is dynamic. Like for example, now suppose if I'm working in some kind of organization who is into retail sales. Now this is Diwali is coming. So now Diwali is coming. So all the organization whosoever has developed DSS system, they might have already planned that what kind of sale was made that last year, which product sold more. They might have already built up the quantity for it. They might have built up the marketing plan for it. So there are many decisions which has taken place. And that region, some data is very old, where you see the historic thing, and some data you have to see very recent, and you'll have to add up some more thing, like fine, since near Diwali, it's still in many places it's raining. So what will the impact of it? That kind of data can be seen in that. That kind of analysis can be added into DSS anytime, and that change may or may not be permanent. The moment you that kind of additional input, if you make it into built up into the system, then you can say it gets into a structured region. Otherwise, it remain unstructured or semi-structured. Then you have got flexibility and adaptability. You have what if analysis, like you can do some different kind of cases studies in that. Like in this case of if you change the variables, what impact it will have. It will give you timely and relevant information. As I just gave you the example of Diwali sales for many organizations. Then support for group decision making. So the thing is that data is available in the same form to all the people. Like once you have structured some kind of analysis, that analysis per se is available to all the your working team or working group. So the thing is, everybody is able to, means although like just like MIS, like when you make a MIS, you know what is the structured format or the content of the report, and that is circulated to the person who is from whom you are supposed to take some action or derive some decision. So in similar ways, this can any analysis of these things you make in DSS, that can be made available to a collective group, and they can take a they can enter into a group discussion, or they can collaborate for the decision making. So these are the key characteristic of a DSS, which is differentiated from the regular accounting system or ERP system or the basic MI system. So what is the purpose of this DSS? First and foremost thing is the improving the decision quality. Like the quality of decision will be higher. The quality of decision will be higher not because it provides more information. It gives the flexibility of the information, or it can give you a different varied kind of information. So that makes the decision quality better. They're handling complex problem. As I said, you can have an unstructured kind of analysis in this. So you need not to have a standard problem for that. Any new problem or problems with different variables, that can also be seen from that. Then facilitating rapid decision making, that's fine. Supporting strategic planning, enhancing efficiency, encouraging collaboration, providing customization solution, and reducing uncertainty. So this is the purpose, or what we see advantage. Basically, whenever you are implementing some system, your purpose and advantage has to be same, because the thing is that purpose for that purpose only, or for that advantage only, you will get invested yourself into that kind of system. So now we'll see what are the key components of a standard DSS system. First is database or knowledge base. See here the thing is, what is, see, just come out from for a second. So far we have been I have been talking like a accountant so far. Just come out a little bit from accounting mindset, and now we are talking about in general. Okay, so keep that thing in your mind. Database or knowledge base. See, basically, when we talk about this thing, DSS, so it is not restricted to accounting field. It is available for many kind of different field. You think of a sector, you think of a situation, and this kind of thing will be available. So the key component, if you see in the DSS, one is database. Database is basically you are capturing the knowledge of information, knowledge of data, whatever you have. You are developing a capability of data storage and integration, data quality and consistency, and accessibility. So these three things are ensured in the DSS system first. Then you have a model. This model gives you different tools which help you in making kind of analysis and prediction. And then you have got a scenario evaluation and optimization. So these are the inbuilt tool which is there in your software system or whatever system you have for the DSS. So this is the core of these things which will be used primarily for unstructured or dynamic kind of analysis. And the third is user interface. like how easy it is for the people to use. Like for example, we have seen this kind of UPI payment as of now. Even a illiterate person, a person who is sitting in the rural area, he's able to easily make payment from UPI. Okay, so because it is very easy to use, and there is not any complication in terms of method of usage, or the immediately the mimic you make the payment, that it displays on your screen that amount has been paid. The person who is receiving the money, he has got a system where he speaks out that okay, 20 rupees received, 1,000 rupees received, whatever. So basically the communication is complete. Everything is so user friendly, and it is so driven for the ease of the person who is using it. So that user interface for any kind of system is very important. Then you have got a visualization and reporting. The thing is that when we are looking at a data or kind of any kind of data table, so it doesn't give you a very good overview of the system. But when you see kind of graph or some kind of, suppose if there is a graph which is going higher side, then you can immediately make out that sales is continuously growing. And if in between in some period, like from, if you are looking at a 5 years sales growth, and you see a straight line going upwards, then you know that there is no drop in the sales. And the moment if you see there is some gap in that, it is going down, then you can say, okay, fine, this is the odd year where the sale went down. So it becomes very easy when it is numbers. Then you have to do calculation, or you do mental maths. So interactivity, visualization, and reporting is important components of that. So basically, all the DSS has got these three core areas where they have the which determines the efficiency of the system. Now we'll see different types of DSS. What kind of DSS is used where? Like the thing is that if this types of DSS will define where it can be used. Now, first important thing is model-driven DSS. Here the focus is on the to manipulate a model or algorithm. Basically, here model is very important. Like for example, if you do you are doing some kind of valuation, business valuation, or if you are doing a market study, market study. Is market, I'm saying share market study. So when you are doing a share market study, so here the thing is that you are getting real time data, and you should be able to manipulate the data very fast. So it talks about only there is a model which is given. It gives you different, it picks up the data from the website. It calculates the different kind of parameters, different kind of diagrams, and it shows on your things. So here the model is important. Here data process and all these things are not important. Data is known from where and what data is going to come, and model is the key area of the DSS. Then functionality is application of optimization model, simulation model, and forecasting model in the decision making. Here basically we are talking about if you see the financial and processes are more use this kind of models, where we have got a structured kind of system or model or algorithm. Like we have a balance sheet. We know how the balance is to be made, what things will go where, like that kind of thing. Then second is the data. Here the focus is on the data. Here model is not important. Say model data and everything will be there in every DSS, but the thing is that here model is not important. Focus is on data. How to obtain and transform data into a form that enables them to produce report and carry out queries. They give capability of populating database. Here basically like for example, from accounting system, how quickly you are able to take out your financial statement. So basically data tabulation is important. You are able to take voluminous data, and it is all available on a real-time basis. So the focus is purely on the data, how to sanitize the data, how to process the data on a faster basis. that will see, like for example, if you see POS system or credit card payment system, or you when you make a NEFT. So the thing is that key data is very important. Continuously data is happening, transactions are happening, and you have to process the data. Data is standard, but thing is that you have to ensure that there is no error in that, there is no mistake, and that kind of thing. Like for example, sales analysis, BI systems that leverage BI system gives a good decision making process in that. Then the third type, what we can see is that it is document driven. Here the thing is that neither we have got data, nor we have got uh, neither we have got data, nor we have got model. Focus is on document. Like especially, for example, when you go to a website of say any your municipal corporation or the land records or some other where the too much of documents are there. Legal system, like if you go to you see the legal system, like you can go to NCA site. There are so much of documents which is available. Some data, some documents are like able to populate their data. Some data has to be read. Like there are many cases which are happening, Supreme Court cases, NCLAT, NCLT. Their case management is a big challenge. And here, there are huge volume of documents which is being generated in that particular system, and system is able to read, summarize, and capture the key points of the data. So the focus is on uh, manipulating the document itself. Like you need to have a good records of the your land, like who has bought, what kind of transaction has taken place, that kind of thing. Then here the another type is fourth type is like knowledge driven. Here knowledge is very important. Like it can be and any kind of knowledge. As I said, in medical field, it is very much used. It can be used in engineering field. So focus on availability and ability to change the expert knowledge and heuristic rules that embody human expertise. What you do is that you make like if you go to a even if you go to a dentist nowadays, then what will do they'll do earlier they used to give you a slip and they will say go and get the X-ray done. Now they have got so much system, they make a colorful image of your whole jaw, and they'll show you on the screen and they'll tell you this is how it was. Earlier they used to work with a model. So this kind of thing change. It is like basically human knowledge has been converted into a kind of decision support system, and based on and that is feeding the system, and that it gives you help in mainly in, if you see, engineering sector, soil management, flood management, wherever the data is repetitive. And it is like, for example, many organizations or many governments, they are using for flood management, they are using DSS system. For electricity consumption, like basically there is a always there is a issue with the electricity on the load balancing, like in different areas, different time, load requirement keeps on changing. So for that, they have created a knowledge base, kind of knowledge base in this particular area. Here this time, this is the peak requirement. Same way in medical diagnosis, medicine, and all these things, it is used. So focus is on knowledge. Then, another last type is communication driven. Here, focus is on communication, nothing else. Focus on communication, cooperating, and information and knowledge exchange. Like for example, now we are conducting this kind of meeting. So this kind of meeting is possible uh, uh, why so many companies are making this. So they are always developing that. If you see, the user interface has changed. If people who might have been continuously using different platforms like Zoom and Google and all these things. So they can see every platform is developing themselves. They are also capturing the data. How many people are attend this kind of meeting? What is the usage? In which area it is there? So they are also generating so much of data, user specific data, like whatever we are talking. I don't know whether it has been recorded or not, but the thing is that whether how many people have attended, what is the network, what is the bandwidth which is required, all this kind of information. They say here basically the key area is like communication. Here communication is more important. Here we are like for example Netflix, now where OTTs are there. So people are using Netflix in different. Like it allows you to see in one instrument, not on another instrument. So that kind of thing is available, and they have structured it into a system that so that user preference is there. It saves the data on their server that this user has got seen this many episodes this many times. So user experience is been being captured. So these are all comes under DSS. So as I said, what are the applications of DSS? It is there in agriculture. And agriculture, it is being used for the soil testing, crop planning, fertilization and harvesting, like soil testing, like what kind of soil is good for what kind of crop. If suppose if you want to develop some kind of farmland, so whether what kind of changes is to be made to the soil, what is the elevation of the land, whether there is a water system which is available there, how much water will flow through the train. Like suppose if there is a based on the platform plateau, like how evenly the land is distributed. Based on that, how much water is expected to come on that area. So all this kind of thing is like possible by the DSS system, and it is being used in the agriculture for that. Same way we already discussed medicine, which is used for diagnosis, making research tool. Like they are doing different research on the medicines, on symptoms, on different kind of other aspect of it. Then they are also generating some protocols, like based on the historic data, they are able to make protocols preventing and follow-up care, that kind of things. Then weather forecasting. As I said, that if you have a flood plain, or if you are, they also capture systematic data from the ground, and whether what is the likelihood of earthquake. If although there are many systems, but nobody is able to predict it. But the thing is that effort is there in that. So for that kind of thing, you require a lot of information, geographical information and geological information for that, and that can be processed with the help of DSS in a proper way. Same way, real estate is using for mainly for the CRM, for CRM, like to capture the business, to sell the flats, building, whatever, analysis of the market, and budgeting the project, budgeting the sale price, and CRM management is very important in that. Plus the record system in real estate. If you see all the governments, each state government now they are digitalizing the all the land records. Uh, so every land which is available in India, it is being the thing is slowly it is getting digitalized. You can go to the website, you can download any kind of land records from the system. So this is possible through a DS. This is a basically design support system. The user input some kind of context, and from on that basis, the data has been drawn and to these things. So that kind of thing is there in the education. It is being used in setting up the curricular, setting up the courses. Now after this invent of this AI, invent means entry of the AI. There are many people who are using AI generated contents. If you see this image, not of the data, but the image is also uh, uh, created by me through using AI. It is not download from anywhere. I have given some prompt to AI to get this image done. So this kind of thing is possible. Same way, legal, judiciary, enforcement, legal and judiciary, you have the lawyers as well as the judges. They are able to refer the different provisions. There are so many enactments which has taken place, so they can take a reference using the DSS. They are able to take out the reference of the case laws, the particular section, rules, sub rules. It is all available in the internet. It was not available earlier, but now it is all available. And same way, it is helpful for the advocates, even for the law enforcement. If you see, there are many you what to call it CCTV cameras, which is flooded across every city in India or everywhere now, and that is being monitored. And see, the thing is that they cannot put one person to monitor everything. So what they do is that their law enforcement agency also uses DSS system where the data exception is being taken out. Like if there is any exception, then they are able to then that throws a pop-up. Then the person can address to that exception. So that kind of exception handling is possible using DSS. So these are the applications of it. Who are the providers of these things? There are many providers. These are few which has there. Like I know SAP, I know Microsoft, I know Infor, Oracle. So this is known, but they are many. The thing is that all the this service provider may not be relevant to us. Some of them are like specific to a particular sector. Like some are related to hospitals, some are related to hotel management, some are real management, but there are many providers are available. What are the options available here? Like there are so many options. Like we have got artificial intelligence software, AI software is there, AI agent tools are there, AI chatbot software is there, AI rating assistant tools. So many of them. Artificial intelligence related. Then you have got accounting and finance related, billing and invoice related, cloud telephony software, customer and sales management, e-commerce software, education and campus, these things, human resource management, hospital, clinic and lab management, housing, setting, apartment, hotel, restaurant and saloon, inventory and stock management, management software for POS, construction. So these are all softwares which is sector specific, which is available. See, the thing is that the basic structure of the data flow may be different for each and every software, but at conceptual level, it is like all the same. See, the thing is that although I will not name it as a DSS, but the thing is that there are some kind of data analysis features which is available in Excel. Like you have got that can be categorized into basically three areas. One is like model management and analysis tool. Like I don't know how many of you know, or some people might be already using it. So there is a what if analysis tool in Excel where you can make different scenario. There you can do a goal seek. Goal seek in the sense goal seek allows you to define. Suppose if you have got so many variables and you want to check for one, like suppose you have got a income statement, for example, and and there is a say percentage or the formulas has been put. So how much sales you reach the break even point, that can be achieved through goal seek, or how much sales price has to be increased or decreased to reach to a certain desired level. So that facility is available in goal seek. It is an Excel. Although I'm discussing this, it is not directly relevant with the DSS, but I'm discussing it because that is known, and just to conceptualize the things. The thing is that in Excel, the most important problem is that you will have to feed the data every time. There, although the Excel allows you to have the real-time data, but if you start doing it, then it keeps on giving trouble. So it is not a very good system. The only thing is that you will have to put, like say, many people who are either who have got clients or who are working in a company where they are using SAP, Oracle, or any kind of ERP. So they know that Excel works out as a easy and quick substitute for the DSS. Like what you do is that you have the data tables for each and every model. What you do is that you take out the data from your ERP system, then you put it into Excel, then you do massage the data and using this kind of a combination of this kind of features, and then you are able to generate the report. Now, but the thing is that while you are doing this, uh, you are in a way you are a human driven DSS. You are generating data for decision to supporting your decision, but it is done by human. If computer does the same thing, then it becomes the uh, your proper DSS, what you call it. So what if analysis is there, scenario management is there, goal seek is there. We have got we can create different data tables. Then there is a utility. I don't know how many of you know it. There are different add-ins which are available into Excel. So there is a solver add-in available into Excel that also allows you to do kind of many kind of statistical analysis. Like you can create variance, you can work out the fraction, you can do some kind of geometric calculations also into that. Then you have got a statistical function and analysis toolpack, which is there into this logic and conditional functions. So that is also there. So these are some of them are there. You may not be able to see it on your regular Excel if unless and until somebody might have already installed it or you have downloaded it. Or what happens is that when we get a laptop or desktop, many models such model is already downloaded, and there are many more which is available into Excel. If you go and check the add-ins, then you will see what are the other add-ins available. So based on your requirement, you can take it from there. Where basically, as we discussed, different types of different characteristic of data, different characteristic of DSS, where we spoke about data-driven, logic-based, data, communication-based, all these kinds. So basically, here, if you see this model management analysis tool is more based on the model. It gives you a model, you feed in the data, and you take out the year report. So that is what I mean when I say it is a model based kind of thing. Then second part is data management thing. Here the data is important. In earlier we saw that model is important. Like what kind of structured analysis you want to do. You can choose the right model and then you will get it. Here, the thing is that data management, data calculation, here data is important. Here, what you're doing, you are doing a either basic or complex computation on the data. Like you are taking a sum, average, minimum, maximum, sum ifs, count ifs, average. Basically, you are playing around with the data as such. You don't need a model for it. Means basically you are not looking for a model. You know what you want and you want to just and take out some information out of the data which is available. Then you have got a lookup and reference functions, filtering and sorting, external data connection. External data connection, I said you can connect to different APIs, and from there you can get the share market data into Excel or many other kind of data wherever it is available. It's not available in all the places, but wherever there is a functionality available, from there you can do a hyperlink and you can get the information directly into your Excel, and it will keep on updating while you are doing analysis of that. Third part is like on user interface, what you call it GUI or UI, user interface or GUI. Here in this category in Excel, we have seen pivot tables and pivot charts. If some people might have already used it, some people may not have used it. So whatever it is. So pivot tables and pivot charts are there. Then charts and data visualization is there. Like you have got a slicer function which is available. You can put you can use maps. You can connect to database together in this. There is another good tool which I don't know. I have that software, but I don't know how many people access MS Office Access. That is also a relative database management system where where the limit of Excel, because Excel now the Excel files are a little bigger. But earlier there was limitation on the Excel. Like if we have large data, then it will not capture the entire data, like that data lines. So this kind of thing now it is available in Excel. But if you have got more data, and then you can use MS Access, that is RDBMS thing. Then you have got charge conditional formatting is there, based on some condition, you can do a formatting. Basically, here the focus is on the how you are able to interact, or how you are able to take out the report. Then you have got data validation and form controls. Data validation, like you can define what kind of options, like you have. If you go to Excel, and but it will require data validation and form controls. I'm not sure, but maybe if you are using VBA or something, then you will have to save it as a macro enabled file. Then only it will allow. So this data validation may be available without a macro also. So data validation allows you to give a list, or define a logic, like suppose if you want to if you want a person, if you want to keep make a form in Excel, then it can control the input range for the the user of the file. Then Visual Basic for applications, VBA based, like if you have got some kind of you know uh, programming, not programming skill, but if you are able to understand a little bit of syntax for the VBA, then you can play around with the macros, and you can automate build task, automate many tasks. Like I have automated. In Oracle, when I came to the consultancy, then I got an assignment from Oracle, and what they were doing is that they were making this SSZ reports. They had got many locations, and on different locations, everybody was making data first in Excel sheet, like related to sales and other transactions, and then they used to make a cover document, and then they will make a form. So all these three files, every organization, every unit used to make in Oracle India, I'm talking about. So they were doing it. I was able to, I sold them that application. I made an application in Excel whereby I combined all the, means around maybe around it was 18 to 20 different locations. So basically, it was a repeated data. The thing is that I gave them a platform where they can have a data table. They will have to just upload the data file in an Excel sheet, in a particular sheet in that things is in a structured format, and for all the units. And then they need not to worry about anything. Centrally, they can. Basically, what they used to do is that this location will make the all these three files, then they will send, they will bring it to center in Delhi. Delhi, yes. In Delhi, they will bring it, and then it will be filed for each unit. So 18 to 20 reports were filed. So I said, I gave them a solution in Excel where they can just simply upload the data, and unit specific information was provided by this Excel itself. There was no other file required. There is not even the Word file was not required. It will create the form. It will create the covering letter, and it will sanitize the data also. Like data validation was also there. So this kind of applications is also possible, and you can try that. And similarly, during the when this GST came in. So and when GST came in, then people were finding it very difficult to make GST invoices, because the earlier sales tax was there, and the calculation method and everything was like it was like uh, code-based text, so it was issue. So I have made many invoice-related, files which where the using the VBA, the automation was done, and it was sold by me. And but now I stopped that because it takes a lot of time. So I'm not doing anything of that sort as of now. When I just started the practice, so every money and every rupee counts that time. So I was doing that. I'll just take a 1 minute break if everything is okay.
Yes, sir, please. Meanwhile, I would request all the participants to please provide your membership numbers in the chat box so that Nasik chapter can do the needful so that you can get the credit for CPARs. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. Okay, let's resume. See, so far, whatever we have discussed, does anybody has got any question? Then we can take up now, or should I continue?
Yes, sir, please.
Should I continue?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Now, what are the new trends and innovations? Like, what are the future trends and innovation which is happening into AI? So the thing is that everybody knows this. We have got integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into our in every area of our life. From your accounting system, from your mobile phone, everywhere. Like even if you want to create an image or making a Word document, there are many people who are, for even writing replies on email, they are using Chat GPT. So that kind of integration is happening, and that integration is good. Uh, that people are using and they are able to, improvise the speed and efficiency of the system. But now the another question comes is that when you're using AI or machine learning, so the key benefit of doing AI, using AI and ML is you are able to process a high level of data. Like uh, basically, they are the current AI is pre-trained. Like we call it is a pre-trained things that has been already trained, and that on based on that training, basically, for example, when we use this image when you create an image from the system, so that there are lakhs and hundreds of images has been fed into the system, and it has been like used by it has been given to the system, and based on that some algorithm has been put to where the human input has been given. Like for example, this is cat, this is a black cat, this is a white cat, this is a cat sleeping, this is a cat who is awake, this is cat running. So there are many such kind of images which is available into with the AI development tool. So based on that, means based on analysis, it has defined its own logic, or the means system has defined its own logic, and once that logic has been defined, now that is being used by the AI system to give you the results. So that's why it is able to. The thing is that whatever it has been taught to him, like taught to him, it's taught to AI system. That algorithm is built up based on that, and it is able to process very fast and do a lot of things faster than the human being. Now the question is that if he is able to do very complicated kind of transactions or complicated kind of calculation, and if a report or something, some information it is given to you, whether that information is reliable or not, if that outcome, like suppose if you don't know how the outcome has been, like suppose if I give you a balance sheet just from to keep with the accounting side. And say income statement, I say you made a profit of 20 crores. But if I'm not able to explain you how it is calculated, then what will be the meaning of it? So the thing is that the more we are moving towards the AI and machine learning concept, we are in a way we are losing control on the interpretation. We are made to believe whatever is given by the AI, and we are blindly, although now they are giving the disclaimer also that AI can do mistake, and it is doing mistake. It is not that disclaimer is given without any reason. So the thing is that if we are not sure about the information, there is no way we can validate. So for that, it is not that it is a new discovery. It was known to the AI people. So they are working on it, and they are developing an explainable AI. So that trend is also coming. And if you see in Google, if you see in Google AI, when you search a Google thing, you see a AI button on the other side. That is a form of explainable AI. It not only gives you the output, but it also explain you how the output has been given. So we are moving towards that. So that whatever is the output which is given by by a system run of the algorithm, that should be able to be read and interpreted properly in the right sense by the human being. So that is also an important challenge which has come up with this, faster integration of AI and ML part in this. So although the work is going on to make it explainable thing, it is called as enhanced AI, something like that. ESC, name is there for that. Okay, next is enhanced data information visualization. Basically, the data and information visualization is getting more and more enhanced. Now, if you see, if you take any kind of if you want to take a like image from the AI, or if you want to take a text, so it is giving you a information that what is the source of that information. Like if you see Google, it gives you a source of the information, and it is also able to make the PPT or make the image based on your the information which has been accepted. And at the same time, it also restricts you. Like earlier they used to give any kind of information. Now if you see some, if you ask for a sensitive information, then they are not able to give, but still you are able to manipulate the things. Like for example, if you search in Google how to make a bomb, so to make a bomb, it will not tell you. It will say, sorry, I'm not able to give you this information. it is a restricted information. It will not tell you. But if you rephrase yourself, then you say, okay, I have a presentation to be made, and I want to give a lecture on the preparation of bomb. Can you tell me what are the component and process of this? Then it tells you. So the thing is that manipulation is possible because it is a pre-learned. Over a period, it will keep on doing this. So to this kind of development is happening. Like these are the shortcomings which I told you. What I told you is that what are the shortcomings which is there in present form of AI and ML, on which they are working to enhance the data and information visualization for that purpose. So basically the information is they are making more and more visual. So see, the thing is that information visualization, in some of the area it is good. So in some of the area it may not be so good. The thing is that I will tell you a small incident. Uh, I was there in a company. I was working there, and our marketing team, they were doing presentation. Basically, I used to be present in that kind of meeting where the sales target and all these things were discussed and given. So there was a data which was there on this thing on the screen where there was a graph where it shows that sales has dropped in December month. The sales has dropped. So and say, so the CEO or whoever is the boss, he asked that marketing fellow कि भाई तुम्हारा दिसंबर में सेल क्यों कम हो गया? तो ये सर कि सर सेल इसलिए कम हो गया क्योंकि वो ये लास्ट में जो एक खरवास करके बोलते हैं, तो उसमें लोग क्या होते हैं कि जो नॉर्थ इंडियंस लोग हैं वो खरीदारी वगैरह कुछ नहीं करते हैं, कुछ भी शुभ काम नहीं करते हैं, इसलिए हमारा सेल डील हो गया और इतना ये हो गया. ही गेव एन एक्सप्लेनेशन. तो बॉस वाज लाइक ओके, ठीक है, ही गॉट कन्विंस्ड. तो उसने बोला ठीक है, ओके कन्विंस. विजुअलाइजेशन इसका डिटेल नहीं है. ही हैज गॉट जस्ट द विजुअल, ही इज विजुअलाइजिंग द डेटा. He is not getting into deep that. Field, what happened for some other field, again there was error. So that to correct the error, the accountant person, the person who was sitting next to me, was prepared the file. He refreshed the pivot table, so that the sale which was showing 5% less compared to last quarter increased by 11%. So CEO said कि भाई ये तो तुम मेरे को 5% नीचे का एक्सप्लेनेशन दे दिया कि 5% गिरा क्यों सेल, बट एक्चुअली तो सेल बढ़ गया. तुम यू आर गिविंग मी wrong information. So then, although this marketing people are a little smarter, they said नहीं सर वो एक्चुअली क्या है, मैं उसमें वो जो पहला वाला जो सेल था ना उसमें उसका इफेक्ट नहीं आया होगा. दिसंबर का जो क्रिसमस का सेल है वो आने के बाद फिर सर 11% आएगा. वो दैट वाज आई वाज नॉट कैलकुलेटिंग. So people are able to manage this kind of thing, but thing is that visualization में ये problem आती है कि you are not able to get the detail of thing, and you can believe on any kind of story, because the thing is that you are looking at the broader part unless until you get into a detail. Same with an integration with Internet of Things, IoT and devices. Now this integration with Internet of Things and IoT devices, when we say IoT, maybe people might be knowing that there are different instrument or gadgets or the devices which we use in workplace or in, like for example your printer. You may printer, it is connected to internet. Your Alexa, it is connected to your internet, these things. Your even washing machine is connected with the internet. In your home, if you see your oven is connected with the internet, your refrigerator is connected with the internet. So these are the IoT things. Now the problem here, the challenge is that even the data is being captured from these kind of devices. Like for example, since it is connected to the internet, so the organizations are able to take the data from that. Like the thing is that see, if you see in your house any kind of equipment where you can give a verbal instruction, so be ensured that there is a mic into that system, and that mic is able to hear you out, just like mobile. Like in mobile also, the same thing is happening. But thing is that we believe that mobile is the only device which is hearing, but your maybe the air fryer, if it is listening to your voice command, then he's also listening. That system, that equipment is also listening to you. So there is a lot of information which is being put up into modern DSS system. Like people are want to capture, and they are capturing it from this IoT devices which is there available. Same way, like your POS machine, your handheld devices which is used in petrol pumps, or even for surveys and all these things. So this kind of things is being used, and there is a threat perception, as we discussed about the cyber security on that particular thing. Because when you see your mobile or your computers, you are having a very good firewall for it. You have got a very good virus or malware check system for that. Like you're regularly you are controlling that kind of equipment. You're upgrading and you are adding up the patch. But in this kind of IoT system, here we a little bit neglected, so it creating a big risk over and people are like little getting aware of this kind of thing. But now this DSS system are able to capture from this data. But these are the concerns. See, why I'm saying concern, why I'm talking about it, because the thing is that it is not related to DSS. The thing is that this kind of area, uh, till it is not addressed. Like for example, you might have seen there is a recent case. You can Google it. The thing is that Deloitte has given some kind of report to the government, which is purely generated from AI. So they are facing some penalty also for that. It was a like big news sometime back. So this kind of thing is happening, and if it happens more, then the reliability of the system will go off. That's why uh, it takes time for this new things to be integrated into the DSS or any kind of existing system. Then personalization and contextualization, as you see, more and more of personalization and contextualization is happening in everywhere. Like when you whatever you do on your laptop, or uh, if suppose if you are using Wi-Fi in your office, if one person is on the same network, if one person is searching something, that search message is prompted to another person using on the same network also. So this kind of personalization and contextualization is also happening. So like it is right now, the thing is that it has just being introduced. So the data buildup is there. Once the data buildup happens, then obviously it will be further developed. So now we'll come to the real-time case studies. So here, this is a particular case where this is done by Uttarakhand in India. Here, basically, what they have done is that they have pre-fire visualization tool. Basically, they have created three tools, and which is like to control the flood. So basically, pre-fire visualization tool, like they are able to, by collecting data on the ground, they're able to see, like here if you see before flood, they are able to make a guesswork or maybe calculation or whatever you call it about the what is the fuel load, like what is the fuel load which will be required to any fire or anything to catch up. Then what is the frequency? What is the frequency of this? Then what is the type of fire incidents which has taken place? And then what are the optimal path of movement, like uh, like if there is some fire incident happens, then what is the optimal path of prevention, all these things. So basically three scenario where the fuel load estimation is happening, what is the burn frequency is happening, and fire incidents and pre-fire. These four parameters are being captured by different data points. So from that, the data system is able to uh, provide a kind of a rough predictive model, which can do a reasonable prediction that what is the chances of forest catching the fire, and if catches, what will be the intensity of it, and how or when it is expected. So that model is there, which is like on a real time basis. Obviously, here everything is not mentioned, but like the speed of the wind, what is the humidity in the wind, all this kind of thing is captured from there. One is like pre-fire, like before fire, what are the things which need to be monitored. Then during fire, spatial decision support system, like one thing is that we by doing a pre-fire visualization, like where the chances or which are the critical areas, we can avoid or prevent the fire to take place. But suppose if fire takes place, then what are the preventive measures, preventive or the methods of least damage or least control management? Yeah, or we can say damage control. So for that, they have got different that factor is also built up into that same system. So basically, here we are talking about different fire spread tool. As you know, fire requires basically three things. It requires oxygen, it requires source, and it requires heat. If something is hot, something has is oxygen around there, and you have a fuel, like uh, then it will be then fire can be created there. If any three of the things is not if missing, then it doesn't happen. Like the fire will not catch up. Like you might have seen in many cases, if you see like a household I'm talking about, and if suppose one person has left the kitchen uh, gas cylinder open, or there is a leakage in one house which is closed, the chances of fire is very less in that. Because the thing is that gas will spread, and it will blow up all the oxygen. There will be no oxygen left for that fire to catch up. But if that gas leaks to a next door, then the fire will catch there. So this kind of parameters has been are there. So based on those kind of, the thing is that what are the requirement for fire to catch up, and how it can be if suppose if actually the fire is catching up in particular area, what is the least resistance path, like where the it will get the least resistance to move forward. That is monitored by this, so that they can have a preventive, if in case of fire, what kind of preventive measures they can do. So basically here we are optimal based spread model. They are able to make the what is the spread based on the winds, like suppose wind size, what are the kind of plantation which is there, what is the elevation of the land, and then optimal path tool, like what is the optimal path of moving, and during fire, post fire, white walk hike isolation tool, like how to isolate the fire. Like for example, the thing is that once you isolate the area where the fire is spreading, or where there is a likelihood of movement, like suppose if fire is supposed to move northwards, and if you are able to control that in that area, then at least it will not move further. Because fire, the tendency of fire is especially for forest fire, is to move in a particular direction where the wind is blowing. Okay, so that kind of preventive measures or decision making during the fire, what will be the damage control or the hazard task force, like hazard task force management team of the state will do during such kind of fire. Then post-fire planning information tool, because the thing is that if suppose you are not able to prevent, you are not able to arrest the fire, then what you do, then you will have to do a kind of rehabilitation kind of thing. So you will have to do a rebuild the ecological system there. So what kind of trees, basically what kind of trees are there, what different combination of trees can be put, so that the effect of fire or the can be minimized, or some other gain, whatever it is. So these are all available in these things where the real time data is being captured, and the government is using that for fire control at the uh, Uttarakhand part of India. It is basically hilly area where because of hills there are a lot of vegetation, and the land is not even. So if in case of fire, if you want to move, like उत्तरांचल में पहाड़ियां हैं, तो अगर आपको सपोज आग लग गई है तो वहां पे गाड़ियां मूव करना या करना इज नॉट सो इजी. So when you have that kind of difficulties, so it is always better to have a kind of system where you can control the things rather than do a postmortem kind of thing. So this one example which we have seen to wildfire, and second, then there is a fraud detection and prevention in finance thing, which is done by PayPal. PayPal is an online payment system. You might be aware of that. Uh, Basically, what they have done is that they had employed advanced data techniques to detect and prevent a fraudulent transaction in real time. They analyze the transaction data, user behavior, and other relevant factors to identify suspicious activity. Although I am talking about the PayPal because that case study is available to me. Otherwise, there are many banks, or there are many banks who are even in India they are doing it. Like even if you suppose in your current banking system, like I am banking with ICICI Bank, so they also, if you make any transaction, like suppose transaction which is not your normal limit. Normal limit is basically you are normally you're doing transaction less than 50,000 rupees. If you are making a payment to a party 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs rupees, immediately the call will come, and they will it will automated call will come. It is a AI generated, or I don't know how it is, but you get a call that you are making this transaction. First, you get a message that if it is not you, then these things on your SMS. Then you, for a higher transaction, you get a call also that, and you'll have to select the option to accept the transaction. So once it is accepted, it is in. Same way it is there in SBI. Like if you give a check from your SBI account, and you have a registered email ID, or your mobile number is saved in SBI, they will send you an email and they will send you SMS that okay, your check has come to for clearing. If you don't respond, means basically it is basically a negative response. Uh, if you don't respond, then they will clear. If you respond, then only they will stop. So it is like the exception management. If there is some exception, then obviously you will respond, and if you respond, then they will stop. Otherwise, they will let it go. And as you might be aware that from October onwards, the clearing system has changed a little bit. That is, so that will require for a major thing. Another example of when we are talking about payment system, so I can share with you one more thing about the payment system. Like in Pidilite, we had Fevicol have got many vendors. Like there are many distributors, many stockists, and all these things which are spread all across all of India. And I'm talking about a little earlier, like around 2010, when I was working there. So that project was handled by me. That's why I'm able to tell that. The thing is that what we did is that we there was a lot of problem which we were facing in terms of collection. Like the stockist we are supposed to give the pre-dated check. Thus, they will issue a check signed, undated, and blank. So, or sometimes they give the amount also, but that kind of check was kept at the distributor side, or sometimes it is collected from, by the salespeople from going there, visiting there. Like there are different combinations of arrangement with those vendors. Now, what was happening is that the salesperson or the junior guy, he will go and make the collection of the check. He will report that I have collected a check, but he will not deposit into that local branch. So he will not deposit for 2 days, 3 days. So basically, the stockist or the depot in charge or whoever, he will get an extra credit of say 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, or sometimes after 15 days the check will get bounced. So it was like very difficult to handle. So what we did is that we developed a system where all the stockists have to give a sign. Only they will write Pudilite, the name of the company, and there will be no amount, and they will just sign. So at least that is ensured that it will go to only Pudilite. So earlier also that was the option. Like it is not keep blank check means basically they'll just put the pay account. Name of the company will be there, and they will sign it. So the money can go only to the company. So that much trust was there with the company as such. So what we did is that from all over India, we collected all these checks to bank Chennai branch of a bank, where it was kept in a safe. So what we'll do is that from Bombay, will send a kind of statement list to bank every morning, that 9 o'clock or something of that time. And what they will do, they will take out that dealer's check from their safe. They will write the check and they will deposit, bank will deposit. So the collection time was zero. Means basically the thing is that bank will do immediate collection unless until there is a issuing the check. If check there is a issue, then it will be highlighted on the very first day. It will not postpone. So we improvised the collection time and the time spent of the salesman on that. So this is also you can say, and at the same time, what happened is that Section 138 notices used to be has to be sent to people. Like that was there is a customary that whenever in trade, if somebody is like check is bounced. So you have to send the Section 138 notice within a stipulated period. And by the time the information comes to our legal team or the accounting team, it's so late that that time has already gone. Like the check has defaulted or cancelled. But the thing is that you cannot just accept it. There are different other data point. Data point is that that check should have been cancelled because of non-availability of funds. Because if there is an error in the signature or if there is a mismatch in the overwriting or something, so that is a human error. For that basis, you cannot sue them. I mean, that was the policy of the company. For this reason, we will not do. We'll do only in those cases where the check has been given by the dealer and that dealer is not meeting the balance in his account. So basically, he is doing a purposeful avoidance of the payment rather than it is by thing. So the thing is that we had different parameters, that how many checks he has issued so far, how many checks has got bounced, what is the collection period days, and all these things. Based on that, we used to do kind of dealer ranking, and we also had mechanism for. So these are all DSS, which is a part of DSS because it was coming from the system where basically data will be sent to the bank. Bank will take out the data. It will take out from the dealer. Dealer was given a code from that safe vault. They will take out their check. They will print that check and they will deposit. So immediately, and then by the end of the day, we will get the feedback and we'll get the feedback of collection and those checks which were not honored. And if not honored, since the bank was the part of the team, so they will clearly tell what is the reason. So if there is a reason for that, then on the same day we are able to get the information that so many vendors or so many dealers, they have not honored their check because, by not maintaining the funds in their account. It is not any other error or any other issues. Only the fund issue is there. So what they could do is that they then we can issue the notice immediately. So that kind of improvisation is possible using this kind of DSS system. And that Section 138 notice was also automated. Like basically, instead of hiring more person, because the thing is that it was earlier handled by the legal team, and later on it was handled by my team. So we said, ki, why we should hire a person? It is only a one-time job in a say in a month or week. So we hired an agency. We will give a soft copy PDF file to them. They will take out the printout and then they will dispatch on it, so and give us a proof of delivery. So that kind of system is possible. Different types of systems are possible using this kind of system where the data is flexible. But the thing is that the same thing if I want to develop from my local team or from some vendor, so it will incur, I'll have to incur a huge cost and do a lot of spend time on that. Whereas this kind of feature was some basic modification into my process, and using the system data, we are able to achieve a higher kind of thing. So that is the beauty of DSS. So same in this coming back to this PayPal situation. People's real-time fraud detection system reported an impressive 99.99 accuracy rate. So basically, they are able to detect the error, fraudulent transaction or potential fraudulent transaction, 99.9%, and then and the total amount which they are able to save is around 2 billion in the, which is like a potential loss if suppose if that error could not have been detected on time. And the average time which they took, the algorithm which they developed in the transaction. See, this we are talking about the real time transactions. PayPal is also like a kind of credit card or UPI kind of transaction that takes place there in that. So it is happening where a lot of transactions is happening on a daily and online basis. So that has to be detected online. Same way in UPI also, they might be having, I'm not aware of that, but they might be having a very good robust system of fraud handling thing. So that is there. So the average time it takes for people is some is just millisecond to identify. Like basically, as I said, like all the banking system are like developing that kind of thing. So the thing is that they go only by exception. So at least the 99% of the data or 99% of transaction get a free flow. Means they don't stuck for that kind of thing. Then PayPal's continuous monitoring and data-driven approach to fraud has resulted in 40% reduction in the overall fraud rate across their platform over the past 3 years. So that is the thing which they have achieved. Say basically there are two part of it. As I said, as I gave example to you, like check collection is one part, but that decision I have, the moment you take that kind of decision, then you can go to a next level. Like for example, then I am able to issue the legal notices on time. So there are multiple factors or multiple level of benefits which you come. Everything is generating from DSS. It may not be directly linked because legal notice has nothing to do with DSS as such, because I'm sending legal notice. But thing is that I am able to send the legal notice because the DSS is able to give me that kind of information. Netflix, as we already discussed, that you can the user preference, like what is your liking of this thing, which serial you see, and how many, what is the time spent in these things in your by the users. all this data is captured, so that more and more such kind of information algorithm should throw you out, and they can give a they can this kind of information does not only help them to give a uh, customized, or you can say personalized services to their customer. It also helps them to bargain or discuss with their vendors, those who are making the content, or those who are preparing the content, or the filmmakers, or the other media persons who are supplying the feed to them. So those kind of people, they are able to negotiate at a better rate, because what they can have a content which is like, which is mostly used by that. For them, it will be used by the most viewer. For them, they are ready to pay higher wage thing, and that the kind of data is very helpful in such kind of negotiation. Same way, Amazon e-commerce have a system of personalization and recommendation system. Like if you select one product, then it will show you similar kind of more product which is associated or linked with that particular product, or it will show you different vendors who are giving the same product at a different rates, and then they are able to manage your cart system. They handle the what is your choice, and they are able to suggest you that kind of thing. Means they can upsell your consumer. Like if a consumer who is like, when he's not searching for the price, or he's already looking at the highest, he's like filtering out the information at the highest price or something. So basically you can make out that that person is like, is of that belief system, that higher the cost, better is the product. So that kind of thing, interpretation, that can be made by a DSS, and based on that, for all the things, it can be, the product can be sold at a higher MRP, or have a higher prices, or with a lesser discount to those kind of people. And those kind of people who are inclined to pay higher amounts, they are obviously they are the more profitable customer for them. So this is what Netflix and Amazon. Then energy consumption optimization is all done by this again is in USA. It is there. The thing is that this kind of similar kind of case study you will be able to find it even in India. But since it is the data is available on the public platform, that's why I'm sharing that information. But surely, as I show you the Uttarakhand case, similarly, this kind of information will also be available on the Indian information is also available. There are many companies who are using it. Then Uber and Lyft, that is like transportation and route optimization. Basically, what is the basically, when you see the route map, what are the shortest route, what is the how many taxis are available. All this is a part of the DSS system they have. Like then they can rank their drivers, they can rank the customer, they can give some discount, they can initiate some marketing campaign for that kind of, for promoting the taxi services and all these things. This is all possible there. Then Gendex is a natural language processing in customer. Gendex is a company which has implemented DSS for natural language processing in customer services. Like for example, I am talking in English, and it is automatically converted into Gujarati or Marathi or Tamil or Malayalam or some other language like that. So same way, Worldwide Fraud Fund, that is WWF, and NASA, that is Environmental Conservation and Data Analysis, is doing environmental conservation data analysis for using the DSS. So this brings us towards the end of the slides. Uh, Now it is all yours. If you have any questions or any comments or anything, then we can discuss that.
So I have received one question, and his question was how to focus for the junior qualified CMAs. What should they focus regarding the MIS?
See, the thing is that, as I said, this data analysis feature which is there in Excel, that will give you a hands-on and feel of the things. What you can do is that, see, that you can take a dummy data, or you can see, the thing is that many people, even those not only students, मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूँ कि स्टूडेंट्स ही नहीं, जो जो सीनियर एग्जीक्यूटिव्स हैं या एग्जीक्यूटिव्स हैं, वो एक्सेल सीखते तो हैं, लेकिन वो एक्सेल का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पाते। उसका रीजन क्या है कि हमको जो अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं आती है, क्योंकि जब हमारे पास काम रहता है एक्सेल में कुछ करने का, जो कि है जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने आपको बोला व्हाट इफ एनालिसिस है। अब जब आपको एक्चुअली में व्हाट इफ एनालिसिस करना है तो आपको प्रेशर है काम करने का, आपको सीखने का टाइम नहीं है। तब व्हाट विल डू, आप 10 बार 5 बार